On August 2nd, 2025, the moon does not rise, she awakens, and with her awakening, a portal unfurls, wide as the soul's deepest ache, precise as destiny's drumbeat. This is not a subtle stirring. This is the sky rearranging its breath. This is a celestial rupture, and you are not meant to pass through it unchanged. If you've been drifting, dissociating, numbing, or ignoring your inner tides, the moon will call your name louder. This is the moment where lunar energy stops, asking politely, and begins summoning. Feel it already. That pressure in your chest, that ache behind your eyes, that dream you can't shake. It's all the moon, beloved. Her energy on August 2nd is no mere reflection of sunlight. It is a magnifying glass over your soul. You are not just watching. The moon is watching you, tracking your spiritual evasions, your karmic detours, your unspoken truths. And here's the truth you must feel in your bones. If you ignore this shift, it will still move you. But if you align with it, it can liberate you. Like the tide that drags debris from the shore, this moon is pulling forward every piece of you've tried to leave behind. You will not be able to hide from your heart. So don't let it speak. Let it roar. Let it whisper what you were born remembering but have since forgotten. The moon is not passive this time. She is a threshold, a turning point, a teacher. And this lunation, it's a test of your spiritual attentiveness. It is a hinge in your timeline. A moon coated with emotional technology that awakens DNA not through logic, but through feeling. You are being invited to respond, to receive, to remember. Will you look away or will you look up? And in doing so, look in. Because on August 2nd, the moon is more than a celestial body. She is a living oracle, and she has something to say. But only those who listen from the soul will hear it. You are not imagining it. The air is heavier, the dreams more vivid, and your emotions are pressing against your skin like waves against a fragile shoreline. August 2nd is not just another day. It is a soul-scheduled turning point etched into your incarnation before birth. On this day, the moon enters a rare vibrational shift that acts more like a cosmic tuning fork than a celestial phase. Her energy vibrates at a frequency designed to shake loose the emotional debris of the last 7-year cycle. Yes, 7 years. Think back, where were you emotionally, spiritually, relationally, in 2018? What dreams died quietly? What wounds festered silently beneath the surface of your smile? This moon is not here to judge, but to illuminate what you've buried. She doesn't just shine, she excavates. And what she's digging for isn't darkness, it's dormant power. This lunation doesn't merely encourage healing, it insists on it. If you've been avoiding your intuition, pushing away your grief, or ignoring the quiet knocking of your soul, expect it to get louder. Expect your body to speak with symptoms. Expect your relationships to act as mirrors. Expect the unexpected, not as chaos, but as divine correction. The moon is not subtle this time. She is sounding the ancient bell within you, and every emotion that rises is not a distraction, it's a direction. August 2nd marks the opening of what seers and intuitives are calling a lunar crucible, an energetic container forged by the alignment of the moon, with not just one, but multiple planetary archetypes designed to challenge and purify. The moon in Scorpio, yes, you heard that right, forms a square with Mars in Leo, igniting emotional conflict with spiritual purpose. This is sacred agitation, the kind of friction that doesn't break you, it builds you. Mars pushes for action, but the moon asks for emotional truth. Together, they force the soul into a reckoning. Are you living aligned with your emotional integrity, or performing a version of yourself that pleases others but kills your essence slowly? This square is not meant to destroy, but to burn away the illusions. Fire and water, masculine assertion and feminine receptivity in a sacred standoff. And if that weren't enough, the moon also sextiles Neptune in Pisces, opening psychic portals and intuitive visions for those who are willing to still their mind and feel deeper than comfort allows. You may cry and not know why. You may dream of people you haven't seen in years. You may wake up knowing truths you didn't learn in this lifetime. This is multidimensional memory, beloved. The veil is thin, and what rises in you now has risen before this time. You are being asked to complete the pattern, but it doesn't stop there. Uranus, the awakener, the sacred disruptor, is also forming a quincunx with the moon on this day, an uncomfortable but prophetic angle. It asks, are you clinging to outdated emotional systems because they feel safe, or are you willing to upgrade your internal software to match your soul's true frequency? This isn't about feeling better, it's about becoming freer. Uranus doesn't ask for permission, it intervenes. And when it touches the moon, expect the emotional body to feel like it's short-circuiting. Crying, laughing, needing solitude, craving touch, sometimes all at once. That's not instability, that's recalibration. And it's essential. Because what's being awakened isn't just your feelings, it's your intuition, your capacity to see beyond the veil, to trust the inexplicable knowing that lives beneath logic. This moon doesn't just move through the sky, she moves through you, disrupting false security, dissolving outdated coping mechanisms, and making room for divine insight. And you don't have to understand it all, you only have to feel it. That's the key. Don't analyze, attune. So what does this mean for you, the soul who feels everything, even when no one else seems to? It means your sensitivity is no longer a burden, it is your compass. The moon on August 2nd activates the energetic body like a symphony, especially in empaths, intuitives, and starseeds. You may feel buzzing in your skin, heat rising in the soles of your feet, or a pressure in your chest that feels like longing and liberation all at once. These are not symptoms to suppress, they are messages. Your body is decoding lunar language, and the more you resist, the louder it gets. But if you surrender, even for a moment, you'll feel the moon carrying you like a current into deeper truth. This energy is not trying to break you, it is trying to break you open, and that's a very different thing. You are not meant to stay the same, you are meant to shed. So if you feel like you're unraveling, good. That means the moon has reached you, and once she does, there is no going back, only through. Let's go deeper into the astrological symphony shaping this lunation. As the moon opposes Uranus and squares Mars, a T-square is formed, a volatile but revealing configuration that demands catharsis. Tension will not be subtle. You may feel agitated, reactive, or emotionally raw. But these are not signs of regression, they are signs of truth surfacing. You are not breaking down, you are breaking through. The moon, Mars, and Uranus are asking you to choose differently. To no longer respond from wounding, but from wisdom. To stop hiding your needs behind politeness. To stop making yourself smaller just to keep others comfortable. The moon is now a mirror, reflecting where you've betrayed yourself. And that's not a punishment. That's liberation through light. Because once you see the pattern, you no longer have to repeat it. That's the gift hidden inside this friction, freedom. But it won't come through bypassing the discomfort. It comes through meeting it with presence, with breath, with fierce compassion. The emotional body during this moon will feel like a storm and a sanctuary. Sometimes within the same breath, grief may rise unexpectedly, not because something new is wrong, but because old pain is being called home. You may cry for who you used to be. You may ache for timelines you never chose. You may feel like a stranger in your own life, and that's okay. This is not confusion, this is remembrance. The moon on August 2nd acts like a lighthouse for the lost parts of your soul, and when those fragments return, they often bring the pain that pushed them away. Don't resist it, welcome it. Hold space for your inner child, your past selves, your wounded ancestors. They are all speaking now, through sensation, through emotion, through image. You are not going crazy, you are becoming whole. And that process isn't always graceful. Sometimes it's messy, but it's holy. Because your wholeness is not in your perfection, it's in your presence. Your willingness to sit with what arises and love it anyway. Each zodiac sign will experience this lunation differently, yet all will feel it. For water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, this is a spiritual homecoming. Your intuition will be dialed up so high, it might feel overwhelming. You may receive visions, sudden insights, or emotional floods that feel bigger than your body. Don't fight them. Let the waters rise. For fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, This energy may feel like a challenge to your ego, a stripping away of the masks you've worn to survive. You're being asked to feel, not just act, and that can be confronting. But it's also where your true power lies, in vulnerability. For air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this moon disrupts the mental loops that have kept you stuck. Expect dreams, signs, synchronicity, and a deeper awareness of what your heart has been whispering while your mind ran ahead. And for earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your body will speak loudly. Fatigue, emotional eating, aches, and sudden urges to pause. These are not malfunctions, they are messages. This moon doesn't want you to do more. She wants you to feel more deeply. And in that stillness, clarity will find you. This lunation is not a surface wave, it's a soul quake. And like all true shifts, it brings both release and rebirth. Expect the past to resurface, not to haunt you, but to heal you. Old conversations may replay in your mind. Former lovers might appear in your dreams. Childhood wounds may throb with fresh intensity. But don't be alarmed. This is the moon's sacred method. She does not erase your history. She rewrites your relationship to it. You are not being punished by the past. You are being freed from it. But only if you choose to meet it with presence instead of resistance. This is your invitation to stop running, to sit with your shadows, to ask them what they need, to hold them like you would a crying child. Because in doing so, you don't just heal, you become the healer. This moon reveals your emotional wounds, not to expose you, but to empower you. You are not broken, you are breaking open. And what emerges from that rupture will be more real than anything you've ever performed. So pause, breathe, tune in, because this moon is not whispering, she's declaring. And her message is simple but seismic. You can no longer ignore your becoming. Your soul's signed up for this moment. And though the waves may feel relentless, they are not meant to drown you. They are here to baptize you into the next level of your purpose. But only if you stop clinging to the shore. Let go. Let the moon take you. Trust that what is being stripped away was never the truth of who you are. Trust that the pain you feel is the pressure of birth, the labor of becoming more you than ever before. On August 2nd, a new emotional frequency is being broadcast, and only those tuned to the station of the soul will receive it. Will you slow down long enough to hear the transmission? Will you soften enough to feel the upgrade? Will you trust the moon when she says, "This is the moment you've been waiting for"? Even if it doesn't look the way you imagined, you may already feel it, the emotional waves crashing louder, the sacred discontent building beneath the surface of your daily life. This isn't coincidence. It's lunar orchestration. The moon, aligned with karmic nodes and disruptive planetary players, is activating emotional truths that you've long silenced in order to function. But survival is not the same as embodiment, and this lunation pulls you out of survival mode into something more raw, more vulnerable, more real. Think of this as a soul siren, calling you back to your original blueprint. You may suddenly realize that the job, the relationship, the identity you've been carrying no longer fits. Not because you're failing, but because you're evolving. The moon is not only highlighting what must go, she is reminding you of what wants to grow. There is power in your emotional discomfort now. Don't numb it, track it. Follow it like a spiritual breadcrumb trail. It leads directly to the part of you that has been waiting so patiently for permission to come alive again. Expect revelations, sudden insights that strike like lightning in your chest. A truth you've known all along but couldn't admit, a memory that returns, altered and instructive. A whisper in your intuition that says, "This is not your path anymore." The moon is acting like a divine highlighter, illuminating all that is out of alignment with your truth. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Relationships may feel strained as clarity rises. You may realize you've been holding space for people who have long stopped holding space for you, or that your silence has become complicity in dynamics that hurt your soul. This is not cruelty. This is clarity. Lunar energy now serves as an amplifier of authenticity. You're being asked to choose, continue performing peace, or finally pursue alignment. The choice will not be easy, but it will be liberating. In every tear, every tremble, every shake is not weakness. It is your emotional body shedding illusion. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. In your everyday life, this moon may feel like chaos, but it's not. It's karmic clearing. You might wake up with a knot in your chest for no obvious reason, or find yourself crying in the middle of conversations you thought were casual. You may cancel plans. You may need silence. You may want to walk into the woods and scream. Let all of it come. These are not breakdowns. These are emotional activations. They are signs that the moon is reaching parts of you long numbed by logic and distraction. Do not apologize for your tears. They are sacred. Do not suppress your anger. It is information. Do not question your exhaustion. Your soul is doing heavy lifting behind the scenes. You are clearing years of emotional sediment in a matter of days. The moon is not just shifting the tides, she is shifting you. And the most powerful thing you can do now is listen. Not with your ears, but with your body, your breath, your gut. The moon is speaking, and she's using every part of your being as her channel. And yes, dreams will become stranger, more vivid, more symbolic, more prophetic. Don't dismiss them. Write them down. These aren't just your subconscious rehashing the day. They are soul messages from dimensions you've forgotten how to name. The moon is thinning the veil between worlds, and your sleeping hours are now sacred space. Pay attention to recurring images, animals, symbols. Pay attention to the ones that make you feel like you've been somewhere before, even if you can't remember where. These are soul codes awakening, portals to past lives, clues to your next move. And in these dreams, you may receive instructions, not in words, but in feeling. Trust them, follow them. Don't ask your logic to make sense of it. Your soul understands. All you have to do is record and receive. Because in the language of the moon, dreams are not illusions, they are invitations. And the moment you treat them that way, your entire relationship to rest and revelation will change. You may also feel a sudden urge to change direction, to quit the job, end the contract, delete the plan you once thought was secure. Don't act rashly, but don't ignore the instinct either. This moon isn't just emotional, it's directive. It is a course correction for your soul's timeline, and often that starts with a whisper. You were never meant to stay here. You'll feel it in your body before your mind can explain. It, a sense of misplacement, a longing you can't trace, a knowing that something else is calling. You are not being flaky. You are being recalled by destiny. And the more you resist the whisper, the louder it becomes. First as fatigue, then frustration, then a full body, I can't do this anymore. Listen early, align gently. Trust that the moon is not disrupting your life, she's aligning it with what your spirit has been asking for since before this year began. The key is not control. The key is cooperation. Let her move you. Relationships, too, may come to a crossroads, not to punish, but to purify. The moon illuminates not just romantic truths, but every connection built on performance instead of presence. If you've been giving more than you receive, silencing your truth to keep the peace, or pretending everything is fine when it isn't, expect the mask to fall. Expect raw conversations. Expect either deeper intimacy or sudden departure. This is not loss, it's alignment. The moon asks, is this connection nourishing your becoming or draining your light? And she won't let you lie to yourself anymore. Whether you stay or go, it must be from truth. Because only then can your connections evolve from contracts of convenience to covenants of the soul. Let this moon break what must break, and watch what remains or arrives. Be realer than anything you've ever held. Even your relationship with yourself will shift. Old self-talk patterns may sound suddenly foreign. You'll notice the ways you've gaslit your own intuition. You'll feel the pain of how often you've betrayed your knowing just to be accepted. The moon is revealing the contracts you've made with your own shadow, and she's asking you to rewrite them, to no longer abandon yourself in the name of belonging, to speak to yourself like someone you're committed to healing, not someone you're trying to fix. You are not broken, you are blooming. And this moon, she is the gardener, pruning your internal dialogue until only truth remains. Speak kindly to yourself. Sit with your discomfort. Let your inner child cry. Let your future self hold you. Because now more than ever, your inner world is the soil from which your outer life will grow plant with presence. Here's the secret. The moon is not trying to give you answers. She's trying to teach you how to ask better questions. Like, what emotion have I feared most? What truth have I been too tired to face? What does my intuition know that my logic won't accept? These questions aren't casual. They're catalytic. They unlock the codes buried in your emotional DNA. And only you can ask them. Only you can feel into their answers. This isn't about reading a horoscope and hoping it resonates. This is about meeting your soul exactly where it hurts and staying there long enough to alchemize. You don't need to do anything grand. Just feel honestly. Just listen deeply. Just choose alignment, one brave breath at a time. That's the moon's true request, not perfection, but presence. The moon is whispering truth, but only to those who slow down long enough to hear it. In the noise of the world, her voice can feel subtle, but in stillness, it's thunder. She's saying, there is a new version of you waiting to be born, but it cannot rise until the old one is released. That release may come through tears, through solitude, through a simple decision to stop pretending. And once it's made, the universe rearranges itself in your favor. But you must choose it. You must say, I'm ready to feel what I've avoided. I'm ready to become what I've denied. I'm ready to align with the life that's been trying to reach me. Because the moon is not passive this time. She is actively editing your destiny. And every emotion that rises now is not a distraction. It's a directive. Follow it. So now we enter the sacred space of tools, of practice, of alignment in motion. If this moon is a gateway, your rituals are the keys. First and foremost, moon journaling. Not the kind that intellectualizes, but the kind that bleeds truth onto the page. Light a candle, sit in stillness, place your hand on your heart, and write from the inside out. Let these prompts guide you into your own sacred underworld. What emotions have I been avoiding that are now ready to heal? Where have I silenced my intuition out of fear of conflict? What am I still holding on to that no longer honors who I am becoming? What version of me is being asked to die, and what version is asking to rise? Don't censor, don't analyze. Let the moon guide your pen. You may cry, you may rage, you may laugh unexpectedly. That's the medicine. This isn't about figuring it out, it's about feeling it through. Because the truth is, journaling under this moon becomes a form of emotional alchemy. Each word you write is a spell. Each sentence, a release. Each revelation, a resurrection. You're not just documenting your feelings, you're with the divine. And that kind of presence changes everything. Grounding will be essential during this shift. You are traversing celestial terrain, but you still live in a body, and your nervous system needs anchoring. Go barefoot on the earth. Place your spine against a tree. Breathe with your belly. Speak aloud your name, your intentions, your truth. Use stones like black tourmaline, smoky quartz, or obsidian to tether your energy to the now. Remember, grounding isn't about disconnecting from the divine. It's about giving the divine a place to land. The more grounded you are, the more accurately you can feel, hear, and discern what this moon is offering. Also, consider placing your hands over your heart and root chakra simultaneously, repeating, it is safe to feel, it is safe to shift, it is safe to receive. Your emotions are your power. Your body is your oracle. Your grounded presence is the portal through which cosmic change becomes embodied. Transformation. The moon isn't just lighting the sky, she's lighting what's been buried inside you. On August 2nd, she changes course, and so can you. Let her guide you through the shift. Let her hands, made of silver memory and stardust lineage, reach inside and lift what you've long forgotten. This is not just a full moon or a new moon. It is a soul moon, a reckoning that becomes a rebirth. The pain, the clarity, the intuition, the chaos, it's all part of your sacred recalibration. Let this be the night you stop apologizing for your sensitivity. Let this be the moment you choose alignment over approval. Let this be the portal through which you walk into your next timeline, not the one built on fear, but the one encoded in your original essence. You are not who you were, and that's exactly the point. The moon has turned her face to you now. glowing with the love of every ancestor who's ever prayed for your liberation. Don't ignore her call, because she's not just calling you home, she's calling you forward, and your soul already knows the way.